I'm going to show you this property that we did, guys.
Okay.
And we're almost finished with it. We've been working on it for like 2 years. We had a lot of problems, MSD, sewers, underground. We're going to be all in for 1.8. It's worth 4.8 million. Vertical integration, knowing what areas. So we are going to do a cash out refi. I'm cashing out $2 million on that one property. Me and my partner Mike and my partner Daniel from California, we have we're going to do the cash out on that property of $2 million. The property is going to have $9,800 a month in positive cash flow and $6,500 in principal reduction. So we're $2 million cash out, plus all our investors back, all our money back. We did most of that with our money, and we did bank financing. We're going to do 75% out, $2 million cash out, and like I said, man, $15,000 a month in cash flow and principal reduction. Then year 4, could be year 3, because it leased up so quick. Even the rents, I think I'm too low on. So I'm going to be able to push year 3, the rents, another $250, which by that time I'll have my principal reduction paid down. I'll be able to go do another cash out refi with them increased rents and pull out another 1.5 million. I mean, that's a crazy property right there, man. And that property, it's only 30 units, but I knew the area was on fire. I bought it. The units were $450 a unit. It was falling apart. I can't wait to show you guys this property here, because that's how I want to show you how to identify areas. This was a rundown D neighborhood, D building, just in bad shape. And we were able to turn it into a class B plus property. It was we turned it into an A class property in a B area. And that's how you make money.
What's your thoughts on HELOC?
HELOCs are great, man. I mean, look, you're borrowing the money for 4% or 3%, and you're going and making 20% on it. It's common sense. It's great, right? Just make sure you are doing good deals. Make sure you're doing deals that are in appreciating areas. We're going to show you all that, man. I talked to you about basic jobs and why they are so important. They're so important because they create more jobs, which create more people that need new housing. Then when more people need new housing, they have to build new housing. And the cost to build new housing is typically way higher than existing inventory, driving the prices up. In simplicity, what is your advice for someone to start in this business? Look, man, the BRRRR method. And if you don't have any money, then you got to probably learn wholesaling, do some wholesaling. And my buddy Kenny Rushing, Rushing, can teach you how to do wholesale. He's one of the best in the country. He's amazing. He's done hundreds of millions of dollars worth of wholesale deals and has a proven system that has made many, many, many millionaires.
Without going on the MLS, what's the best way to find a deal?
Well, somebody brought it up earlier. Probate. Go to probate attorneys. Say, hey, I know you got some properties coming, man. You got people that are dying all the time. You got people that are inheriting properties. These people that are inheriting properties say, man, I don't want to be bothered with that. And he's trashed out. We got everything out of there. You know, might be records in there. Matter of fact, I just bought a house and we were doing a clean out and there was a bunch of records in there. And I called one of my guys. I said, hey, man, there's some records in here worth some money, man. Why don't you come on down here and you can have them, because these guys, they work so hard. And Tim came, he found one record worth $6,000, man. So I was happy that he got that, because if not, we got just trashed out. I didn't have time to go through it. And I could have made money, but I didn't care. I want my guys to have money too. If I'm making money, I want them to have money.
But do you have any tips to approach the fact that materials cost way more now and contractors are charging more? It's cutting in my profit. It's a BRRRR deal, but it's my first deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's why building from the ground up is tough, man. And guys, we're in a climate where you're going to see massive inflation, which is going to mean your properties are going to go up. But what we really need to compensate all that is we need wages to increase too, because if wages increase, then people can afford more. This has happened back in the 1970s. If you go back and you study that, I'll tell you, one of the greatest books that I ever read about understanding economies and how they work is Alan Greenspan, The Age of Turbulence. I want to go back and read that book again this week because it was a great book. And, you know, really the thing that you can do is you're going to have to control labor costs, because you can't control material costs other than negotiating down. Once we get this affiliate link for you, we will be able to save you some pricing on some of that. But for right now, you're going to have to manage some of them contracts. You're going to say, okay, if you can send me over your bid, I can go through there and tell you what the low hanging fruit is. Like, hey man, you could probably get save, half the money on this paint. You could save this, that, this, that. Unless you're using a GC, then you're not really in control of that. So you just got to manage it, brother. You have to hit your numbers come hell or high water. That's it. Or you have to get a higher rent. Now, if you can justify that your rents are going to be higher, you'll be okay. But if your rents are going to be, if you were and rents in Houston since last March are up 10%. So you may be in an area where your rents are going to be a lot higher than you expect too. So looking at that could save you a lot of times.
New to the game. I want to start fixing and flipping. Any advice where to start?
You don't really want to fix and flip, man. You want to buy and hold. Fix and flip is a job, man. Buy and hold. The property does this. You buy the property, it goes up in value every year. Now, I may do a little turbulence, but you're not going to sell it. Look, properties are going to go up, especially in this market we're in, where we're going to see massive inflation. I'm going to do a whole video about that, but I studied this stuff, man. Inflation is already here, guys. And the government is manipulating the numbers, because if they really showed you how much inflation was really at right now, you know what they would have to do? They would have to raise the interest rates to slow down the economy. Let me give you a hint. Right now, the government needs GDP to grow. They can't do it through goods and services. People don't even want to work. Plus, they're giving everybody free money. People don't want to work. Don't work. You can't create goods and services. How do you create more GDP if people don't want to work? Inflation. You let things just, now you had a $15,000 car, it's $25,000. That looks like your economy's grown, but it's not. It's growing through inflation. If the government can create 6% inflation a year for 4 years in a row, and they can peg the bond rate, which they can because they can buy the bonds at 2%, guess what? They just wiped away 20% of the federal deficit in 4 years. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Sure, you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, Nate Barger on YouTube, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified on any new videos that come out.